Prime Minister Christopher Luxon is laughing off suggestions from coalition partner David Seymour that ACT is running the government. Despite ACT getting 8.6% of the vote compared to National's 38%, Seymour's openly boasting that it's his party that has the most influence. Here's senior political correspondent Jenna Lynch.
Three abreast, striding into government together a year ago. A little apprehensive, perhaps, after all the shots fired at each other across opposition benches.
Well, I think we've shown that we can do business much better than our worst enemies' worst fears.
One leg of the stool reckons he's doing far more than the others to hold it up. David Seymour boasting ACT has a disproportionate amount of influence in government.
If you look at these quarterly plans the government has, in each case we can point to about half the ideas being from ACT's coalition commitments or implemented by ACT ministers, and that's for a party that is actually only 1/6 of the government.
Wonder what the Prime Minister thinks of that. Hilarious.
Oh, look, I'd just say I think all three parties are making contributions to our government.
Facts are friendly, right? So you look at those quarterly plans and the ACT policies are there.
The tail's clearly wagging the dog here. The idea that you've got the next Deputy Prime Minister and the current Prime Minister arguing about who has more influence in government, frankly, is shambolic.
ACT's not just stacking the government's quarterly plans, David Seymour reckons, but stacking the other team's ministers with ACT ideas.
National ministers are often pretty keen to announce these things and actually work together and even take credit for them. And I just say there's no limit to what you can achieve if you don't care who takes the credit.
Are you saying that they're stealing your homework?
Oh, look, we've got so much homework. We're actually, homework is us.
I think all three parties are making a good contribution.
ACT got 8.6% of the votes, slightly more than New Zealand First's 6%, both dwarfed by National's 38%.
David Seymour did not get a large share of the vote. The fact that Christopher Luxon seems to be allowing him to run circles around the government, I think, is embarrassing for Christopher Luxon and for the National Party.
Seymour's hubris earning him a gentle reminder from the PM he's a minor.
I'm very proud of the National Party and the way that it's working with the two minor parties with our agenda.
A minor coalition partner.
No, I think I've caused enough trouble for today.
Becoming a major troublemaker.
Interesting stuff there, Jenna. So what is David Seymour up to?
Well, other than getting under Christopher Luxon's skin, this is David Seymour in his constant state of campaign mode, partly because of how he ended up here in politics. Remember, he entered Parliament as the sole ACT MP. His party was polling below 1% and he has built it and built it since then. But he knows that at any point he could face that electoral oblivion again. When smaller parties go into government with the larger parties, often the larger parties start sucking up all of the airtime, all of the credit, all of the oxygen in the room. David Seymour is using this to remind supporters of ACT that the policies that are being implemented are only being implemented because ACT is there. He is trying to ensure that his party survives its turn at the cabinet table.
OK, Jenna Lynch there live from Parliament. Tēnā koe.